Hey everyone, welcome back to 5-Day Crypto. My name is Jace. Today is Sunday, February 22nd of 2021, and today we're going to do a brief update on Chainlink, trend that we're in now, and what we can look for in the coming days and this week approaching now. So Chainlink is the number 9 ranked coin still. I do believe this is going to move up over the coming weeks and months and throughout this market cycle. So we're going to keep a close eye on Chainlink. We do weekly updates and usually daily updates on Chainlink. So if you're new, you like Chainlink, and you want to know everything that happens as soon as it happens, subscribe and like now. Almost a $14 billion market cap, up almost 5% on market cap in the past 24 hours. We're down a little bit on price, and I'm going to show you today why I think that's happening and where we could be moving in this coming week. So let's go ahead and jump in. We've drawn a trend line, which is approaching 60-day trend line now, going back to, as you can see down here, December 23rd, when our bottom capitulation happened, and most of crypto had a dark day right before Christmas. So you could see on this trend line, we have not broken this yet in the past 2 months. We've had some wicks to it, couple wicks here, some more interaction up here, just not that long ago, last week. And you can see we're kind of looking a little tangled up right here with our moving averages. These are our moving averages, these colored lines. And this is a little bit of a bigger trend, not a huge trend. On this channel, we like to focus on bigger trends, but I think this is important to show you for the short term and long term what it could mean. So if we take a measured move on this, a lot of people are wondering what's happening with Chainlink. It's still doing very well, as you can see shortly. From bottom to top, we have gone in the past 60 days. That's over 320% move from bottom to top. 320%, not too bad. We're currently still just shy of 300%. So we're still up. The macro trend is up. That's less than 2 months, 300%. So sometimes you need to take a step back and look at the big picture to see how well we're doing. Yeah, as of late, we haven't done much. The rest of the market can still move without Chainlink. That's not a surprise. If you've been in Chainlink long, you know that it doesn't really do what everything else is doing oftentimes. It usually waits till everything's sleeping, not doing much. Then it wakes up at midnight and goes out and parties and does whatever it wants to do. I expect a bright future out of Chainlink, and today I'm going to show you a few moves in the past and why I think something is due very soon. So as we said earlier, we're getting tangled up in our moving averages, and we haven't had a touch point of this line in over a week. You've seen we've interacted with this before. We could be coming down to test this one more time. And if we do that, we would want to look soon after for one of these peaks here. See all these bigger peaks like this, these here? These are big moves above this trend here, this trend line. So see that all these peaks, these mountain peaks, we'll call them mountain peaks. So if we look at these moves and how high they got above our trend line here, let's take a look. So that's about 40% from above the trend line, right? So let's look at this peak. Again, about 40%. These look a little bit more, right? 45, there's a 46. Now we're getting into the bigger peaks, 57%. This next one looks even a little bit more. Almost 60%. So my point in all these is that we are due for another peak. We haven't had a peak. This was our last peak, really, that's even flirting with these kind of moves. Let's look at this one. What did this one do? This was probably our weakest peak, and it was still 37%, almost 40%. So if we come down here, I would expect a move to rhyme one of these, about 40 to 50%. If we get that, where would that put us? So if we do some price action and we just kind of come down here over the next coming few days, then I would expect a move up. Now, we don't have to do this. As you see, we've had some peaks and just mess around, and then we continue to move up without reconfirming on this. So we don't have to come back and touch this. I'm just giving you some options to see if you see price action moving down. This is going to be your support line to watch around, depending on when it happens. If it happens tomorrow, now this is on the hourly chart, so each of these candles is an hour. It's just zoomed out on a log scale so you can get the big picture here. So if we come down here tomorrow, tonight, Monday, Tuesday, and we're around the $32 level, we would look for a bounce off of this. It being in a 60-day trend channel, always going up for the most part for the macro term, you'd want to hold this as support. If we break below this and you start seeing prices in the 30s without a quick recovery and you see us breaking down here, this trend is over and we are starting a downtrend. That would be bad news. Now, I don't expect that, to be fully honest. I would expect this to hold if we go down. But like I said, there's two options. We go down and test this short term, or we just continue this week and go back up. Either way, I would look for a peak similar to back here. And how are we going to know where that could be? Well, like we showed earlier, we're going to look at a measured move. So if it comes down here, say around Tuesday, our move up at a minimum was, our least move was 37%. That puts us mid 40s. If we get 40, 45%, you can see the moves, how quick this could be. Now, some of those previous moves were closer to 60%. That puts us over $50 in the next week or two. You can see this move took from bottom to top only 3-4 days. See that time span? By the time we hit that bottom up to here, 3 days, 9 hours. 65% move. That's what we would look for if we confirm on this. Now, if we just keep grinding up, kind of like this move here, that could happen. How long did this take after we just, if we just start, say we're in this kind of position right in here. So it's still less than a week. So stay level-headed. Don't give up. We're in a macro uptrend. Anything is possible. If we did another similar move 4 or 5 days, this time next week, the 45% move up, we're at $50, guys. So stay positive. Chainlink can go much higher this cycle. We are still very early on Chainlink. I believe Chainlink is still one market cycle behind Ethereum. We know what Ethereum did in its first market cycle. $1,400, $1,500, $1,600 on Coinbase in its first market cycle. That was the end of the cycle, so it's not impossible for Chainlink to do something like that towards the end of this cycle. I don't believe we're anywhere close to the end of the cycle. I believe the rest of this bull market still has a good ways to go. So we'll look for that. We'll keep you updated weekly, daily. I appreciate you stopping by. This is our first Sunday video. Maybe we'll start doing little bonus videos like this. Who knows? Again, my name is Chase. I do this full time. That's how I make my living. So if you're new, like and subscribe. I appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow morning. We'll have a new video for you. Thank you.